as they host Tulsa Roughnecks FC here on a Saturday night in Week 5 in the USL. Welcome to the broadcast alongside Ross. I'm Matt Peterson, and Ross, some payback on the mind for RGVFC here after a 1-0 defeat.
Definitely, yeah, they had a lot of possession in that loss, that 1-0 loss a couple of weeks ago. Looking to get some more chances on goal, I think, in this game. Hit Ruben Luna a little bit more often, in dangerous positions. Yeah, it'll be good. Interesting matchup today.
And now for our player to watch for Tulsa, it's Juan Caffa. Joey Calistri, okay. Perfect. So do you have a few talking
yeah,
points?
Yeah, Calistri, obviously, a loanee from the Fire. A couple of goals already for Tulsa, and an assist. Dangerous player, takes advantage of situations. Scored a nice goal last week against Sacramento in a loss. He's a dangerous prospect for Tulsa.
And Ross, our player to watch for RGVFC. He's played every minute in 2 years with the Toros. It's Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward, yeah, great holding midfielder. Originally from England, product of the Aston Villa and Stoke youth systems. He'll actually be joined in midfield today by another Englishman, Joe Holland. Everything goes through Ward for RGV. I think he's one of the top class. Camilla Monroy, who impressed in early games here.
HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas, site of tonight's Week 5 matchup in the USL. Tulsa Roughnecks FC visiting Rio Grande Valley FC. Alongside Ross Davenport, my name is Matt Peterson. And Ross, one thing on the mind of RGV FC, some payback.
Yeah, back on April 1st, they lost 1-0 to Tulsa. They're looking for revenge here in their second home game of the season, the second game of their 5-game homestand as well.
And now our player to watch first for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. It's Joey Calistri, who is down from Chicago on a season-long loan.
Yeah, he's already scored a couple of goals for Tulsa. Adding an assist to that, he'll be on the right wing tonight and will be giving the RGV midfield some trouble all night.
23-year-old. And now for RGV FC under head coach Junior Gonzalez, their player to watch, it's Charlie Ward, who has played every minute in his first 2 seasons with RGV.
Yep, Charlie Ward, a solid holding midfielder on the fringes of making that Dynamo squad at the moment. He'll be joined tonight by another Englishman, Joe Holland, in midfield, who's down for his first pro start.
We'll take a break. When we come back, starting lineups and kickoff from HEB Park.
I don't know the white. I thought they were playing blue tonight.
All right, first our lineup for the visitors, Tulsa Roughnecks FC under head coach David Vaudreuil.
Yeah, for Tulsa, we've got Fabian Soder in goal for his first start of the season, a Chilean. We also have Ian Sventerson coming in the midfield.
Another first-year head coach for RGV FC, it's Junior Gonzalez. Christian Lucatero makes his first professional start, and Joe Holland, the number 10 overall pick by the Dynamo, he makes his professional debut tonight.
Yeah, Memo Rodriguez was down last week from Houston and had a nice impression with 2 goals. It's be interesting to see if Holland does the same today.
So here we go from HEB Park after Tulsa won 1-0 at home a few weeks ago. RGVFC, the second best regular season record last year in their first season in the USL, trying to get back to that form where they were one of the best defensive teams and the best offensive teams in the entire Western Conference. Here we go, underway from HEB Park with Ross Davenport. I'm Matt Peterson. A lineup quickly for RGV with Borja Angoitia, the goalkeeper out of Bilbao, Spain, Kai Green, Robert Sagel, Ivan Magalhaes, and Taylor Hunter, the back 4 from right to left. Charlie Ward, Joe Holland, and Eric Bird, the midfield 3. Ruben Luna is the center forward. Christian Lucatero on the left, Jose Escalante on the right.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of start Tulsa gets off to here. A long bus ride, did come down on Thursday, so the legs should be feeling good by now, but we're interesting to see how they do in the first 10 minutes or so.
And we had a good chat with David Vaudreuil, and he said they had the benefit of driving down Thursday, so they got in Thursday night to the Rio Grande Valley, had a practice on Friday. So a rare early trip in the USL, and Tulsa trying to take advantage. Here's Jose Escalante. Had a great year last year with RGV. Tries his luck with his left foot. It's deflected by Luna and out for a goal kick. So an early opportunity for the Honduras Youth International.
Yeah, it was good work there from Escalante. Quick feet, found a bit of space and got a shot off early.
Now Tulsa in their gray uniforms and our first-year head coach and former MLS player David Vaudreuil. A goalkeeper is Fabian Cerda. Kosuke Kimura, a former MLS Cup winner with Colorado Rapids. He's a player coach. He's the right back. Francisco Ugarte, Mo Janama And Jorge Corrales, the back four from right to left. Pressure on the back line. Angoitia able to clear for RGV. Just 2 minutes in from HEB Park. Second meeting between these Western Conference rival. Tulsa winning 1-0 in Oklahoma a few weeks ago. One here, Lucatero has had playing time be a difficult proposition in his early pro career, so highly touted coming out of the Houston Dynamo youth system. But, you know, we had a good chat with Junior Gonzalez, the RGVFC head coach. He told us he's close. And this was on Thursday when we chatted with him. So from Thursday to Saturday, he gets the start. Must have had a good couple practice sessions.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to train with the team you're coming down to. Some of these guys get a little more training with others. It just depends on, we were talking to him about what kind of notice he gets from Houston regarding players joining the team. It really varies. It's an interesting proposition for the manager of a team like this in the USL.
Lucatero, 3 assists last year in just 270 minutes, all 18 games coming off the bench, but he's been part of the US and Mexico U team setups, played for the under-20s against France a couple years ago. A lot of talent, and it's doing the little things right on both sides of the ball, especially the defensive work rate. As we see Tulsa in possession and a hard tackle there from Eric Bird. There's Luna, the center forward. Back to Taylor Hunter, another Dynamo first-team player on loan with RGV. Had a good season last year and earned a first-team contract at the end of the Houston Dynamo preseason.
It's interesting to see how much Hunter and Green get forward in this game. Earlier games in the season, they were a little tentative to go forward, but we'll see what they produce today.
There's Bird, out wide right. Kai Green, 23-year-old out of South Orange, New Jersey. Into the middle. Settled here by Joe Holland, making his professional debut. Green delivering. And a catch there at the back by Fabian Cerda, the 28-year-old Chilean. He's making his Tulsa debut tonight. And end-to-end, Tulsa getting forward very quickly from the defensive end.
It's a great kick by Cerda.
Cross towards the back post, just a bit too long. That was intended for Ian Savantason, the 23-year-old from Orlando.
Yeah, Cerda's the 28-year-old with plenty of experience in Chile. That was a huge boot there from him. Almost set up a scoring chance for Tulsa. Not too often you see that from a keeper. The wind must be blowing pretty well from that end.
Borja Angoetia turns 25 tomorrow. Had the shutout against Colorado Springs last Wednesday. He's from the Basque region, and he played in the Segunda B there with Este Amorbieta. 4 years in the United States in college at Quinnipiac University in Connecticut. As Tulsa tries to get forward, Kosuke Kimura. Born in Japan, college in the U.S. at Western Illinois. Tulsa in gray, RGV in orange.
Yeah, neither team's really settled in yet with any flow. There's been a couple of giveaways. There's a good chance here. Oh.
Bird with Kai Green. Kai Green out of Seton Hall University. Good switching ball. Bird picks out Lucatero. Lucatero on his preferred left. Runs out of space in the center of midfield. And I think it was interesting comments from Junior Gonzalez, the RGV head coach in his first year. He said, as I get to know him more and we communicate, he's learning more about Lucatero as Tulsa continues their direct play up that left side. They're looking for an early goal. A deflected shot and dangerous, but a good read from the RGV goalkeeper, Borja Angoetia. He comes off his line and makes the claim.
That was a brave dive there by Angoetia. Had to come out and make a decision quickly there.
Lucatero on this near side. That's Jose Escalante on the far side, a 20-year-old out of Tegucigalpa, Honduras. Last year, really made his name with RGV and earned a Dynamo call-up at the end of the season where he made one start with Houston. Has yet to play for the first team under Wilmer Cabrera, who was his coach most of last season with RGV. So an improved Dynamo team with more competition. He's trying to get some minutes with the first team, but for the moment making his 5th appearance with RGVFC. Tulsa on this near side with Kimura. There's the number 10, Juan Kafa. And now RGV can try to break through midfield. Ward, wide right to Kai Green. Trained with some German clubs after Seton Hall. Borussia Neunkirchen and SV Elvenberg. Service and Kimura able to clear. Kimura was the first Japanese player to play in MLS. All told, about 8 years between Colorado, Portland, the Red Bulls. And a great relationship, Ross, as we had our chance to talk with David Vodril. He wanted the experience, so he brought aboard Donovan Ricketts, former MLS goalkeeper of the year, and Kimura as 2 player coaches, which you don't oftentimes see in USL.
You don't, yeah. Vodril's definitely trying to get that mix of veterans and youngsters. A little unlike RGV, which are mostly reliant on the 20 to 25-year-olds. It's an interesting mix of the 2 teams here.
And Vodril was an assistant coach with Rio OKC in the NASL last year. That's where Kimura played. So we got to know him there. And Ricketts was another connection where people told Vodril he wants to be a coach, needs an opportunity. So he's basically the 3rd goalkeeper for Tulsa. Hasn't been used yet, likely won't be used unless called upon, but a nice option to have a Jamaica international with experience in Europe.
Yeah, Ricketts played for Bolton and Bradford in England and was a fan favorite. Hopefully he can become that as well in Tulsa.
Tulsa building slowly across the back. Bird in a good position. There's Joe Holland, the number 10 overall pick in this year's MLS draft out of Hofstra.
Yeah, came over for Lewisham College and played in the Dallas Cup, where he was picked up and noticed, and he was actually a late addition to the MLS Combine, but he's clearly made an impression with the Dynamo staff and is getting a good chance here to show what he's got.
Hofstra, of course, on Long Island. Wilmer Cabrera, the Dynamo first team head coach, coached on Long Island with B.W. Gotchi. But I think coming out of a smaller school like Hofstra, he had to make his impression against some of the bigger schools, and Hofstra had a good schedule this year, playing the likes of Syracuse and Maryland and others. And I think with the Dynamo's contacts in those conferences, they were told that Holland was out and out one of the best midfielders in the college game last season.
Yeah, at the age of 23, might be a little older than some of the kids coming out of college. Dynamo might be looking to get him up there and get some action soon here. This is a good chance for him again to show the Houston staff what he's got.
Yeah, I think he's close. If he hasn't played for the Dynamo or RGV, you know he's right in the fringe, just beyond the 3 substitutes, but good enough to be right on the fringe of the 18. And Ricardo Clark held out with a adductor strain with the first team today, so perhaps next week. But he gets a nice run out tonight to build up his match fitness. Joe Holland wearing the number 38 in the RGV midfield. Meanwhile, the other way, here comes Tulsa. Joaquin Rivas out of El Salvador. Ball over the top, and just too long as the thumbs up comes from Juan Kafa, the 32-year-old out of Argentina, with some great experience, Ross, in Spain.
Yeah, he's a veteran midfielder. Actually scored a very nice free kick in that first game that was unfortunately declared a forfeit. He's going to be one of those set-piece wizards that you got to keep an eye on as well. He's going to try and get they're going to try and get in the ball as often as possible tonight and let him run the show.
Now a free kick after a crunching challenge. Francisco Ugarte, born in Germany, he's a dual national with citizenship with Germany and Chile in his first year with Tulsa. His last club, FC Albstadt in Germany.
Yeah, just letting Luna know he's there. Little early message. Luna's a big physical talent, and if you let him get too much space, he can hurt you.
Well, Luna itching for his first goal. None so far in the first 4 games this season. Had 7 goals in just 12 games after signing with RGV midway through last season. Here's Holland on the ball. Good work. And then expected a run from Lucatero, did not get one.
It's one of those passes that when you've played together might expect that pass, but it didn't look like Lucatero was expecting it from Holland.
A lot of attacking talent in this RGV front six. Ruben Luna, former FC Dallas academy player, played in MLS. Escalante's played in MLS as well. Lucatero is an MLS player, but yet to make his Dynamo regular season debut. So a formidable challenge on the road for Tulsa and their head coach, David Vaudreuil.
I think Tulsa will be pleased with the possession they've had so far. I know in the first matchup, RGV dominated the possession, but didn't create the chances, and then Tulsa got that game-winning goal in the first half. But I think Tulsa will be happy here with the possession early. RGV hasn't really had time to settle.
Throw into RGV on the far side. 13 minutes gone, still looking for our first good chance with Ross Davenport. I'm Matt Peterson. HEB Park from Edinburgh, Texas. Brand new facility, about 10,000 seats. Some comparisons to both BBVA Compass Stadium in Houston and Avaya Stadium in San Jose. The comparisons to Avaya are the field level suites, and the comparisons to BBVA Compass Stadium up the road in Houston are the orange seats and the steep terraces and overhangs. But this is a gem, and now there's two beautiful facilities in the state of Texas at the USL level. Toyota Field in San Antonio, comparable to this soccer-specific stadium in the Rio Grande Valley.
You know, soccer's always been huge in Texas, and it's good to see these soccer-specific facilities getting built. I do love the field-level suites here. Give you a sort of different perspective of the game than you wouldn't get up top.
Luna trying to get on the ball near the corner, goes all the way back to Cerda, the Chilean goalkeeper for Tulsa. Won 2 titles with Universidad Católica, where he rose from their academy. And now Ugarte slowing the ball down. Ugarte is well traveled. Costa Rica and Chile, some professional stops for him. Another player who scored against Colorado Springs, but that game later a forfeit, so that goal deleted from his Tulsa record. Good win in midfield from Joe Holland. Good strength from the rookie. And the flag stays down, but a good read from Fabian Cerda. And goalkeeper off his line to clear the danger.
Excellent work from Cerda there. I couldn't quite see where he was positioned, but as a keeper, you want to be towards the edge of that box as much as you can when the ball's in the midfield area. Just for that situation, exactly right there, for that through ball to come out and play it with your feet.
Lucatero on the ball. You see his skill. He draws a foul. We'll see if he plays it quickly. He's a homegrown kid from Pasadena, Texas, located south of Houston. He was the Development Academy Central Conference Player of the Year in 2015 as part of the U18s.
It's good work from Lucatero there. Nice little trap. Slow things down. A big interesting free kick here. They got a chance to whip it in towards the edge of that 6-yard box, the 18 penalty spot there. No,
Left
instead
by
they go short.
Lucatero. Holland plays it. Luna back to Lucatero, and it's a goal kick. So some trickery there from Junior Gonzalez's team.
Yeah, it looked like might have been a training ground move there. Tulsa were expecting that ball onto the penalty spot, but they went with the short kick, and it didn't really work.
Many fans of the Dynamo have asked why Lucatero hasn't played, but Junior Gonzalez told us this week on the phone he thought Lucatero has been training extremely well. He's now working on both sides of the ball as Tulsa gets forward. Here's Juan Cafa, the Argentine, against Magalhães. Service in the area, a chance here, and it's going to go out for a corner kick.
Slight jersey pull there, they got away, but the ref didn't appear to see it, and RGV didn't have too much complaint, so go with the corner.
Corner kick here. Tulsa Roughnecks FC. It's Juan Cafa over to take it. The left-footed delivery. And it's beyond everybody on a windy night in Edinburgh, and a goal kick to Rio Grande Valley FC.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, you always like to see those ones floating over your head. You know, you don't have to worry about it.
Just to continue that thought, Ross, on Lucatero and his communication with Junior Gonzalez. Junior told us he realizes he needs to do work on both sides, but he said he's been very happy with Luca. It's a very competitive environment, and I think Lucatera understands that. And he told us midweek this week, I think he's getting close to more minutes. And he earns his first start in 2 seasons with RGVFC. Nice body usage there from Holland. A good left-footed delivery and a great recovery at the back. That was Mo Jadama. He had to get there. If not, it would have been an easy opportunity for Luna.
Yeah, Jadama played midfield last game, but he can also play defense, and that was a nice little play there.
Now a throw into Tulsa. It will be Cafa to take it. Real Betis in La Liga, and then Real Zaragoza in Segunda A, the second division in Spain. And David Vodriel, the Tulsa head coach, was very excited to get someone of his quality into his team in the first year.
No doubt, yeah. I mean, getting a player of his caliber, and it shows how far the USL has come in these last 2 years. And now with the second division designation, there's going to be more and more talented veterans like Cafa coming into the league.
And Vodriel was very honest. He said he didn't come here for the money. He still has some very productive years in his career. And the selling points from Vodriel for Cafa was, this is going to be a place we're going to try to build a style around you and build a style that complements your technique, and he can hit it, put the ball wherever he wants from multiple angles. And if you're a finisher in front of Cafa, you have to like your chances to get some scoring chances this season.
No doubt, yeah, it hasn't come through today yet, but again, the possession's been good for Tulsa, which is not what we expected in this game. We expected RGV, I think, to have the edge in that department. And now they've got a good chance here.
Jose Escalante. Good dribbling from the Honduran. Now switching. Here's Lucatero isolated on this near side against Kosuke Kumura. Lucatero, great dribbling and a goal kick. And you see there, Ross, the difficulty. Could have earned a corner, maybe try to make the excellent play, and it leads to nothing.
Yeah, tried a little too much there. Even if he'd banged it off the Tulsa defender and it had gone out for a corner, that probably would have been the better play. But again, he's still so young. People, even the MLS fans, forget how young some of these kids are, and you got to let him come along slowly. Can't rush him.
Lucatero, 19 years of age. This is his 3rd appearance this season, 16 minutes before his first start tonight. Good job in the air from Kai Green. And then a no-nonsense clearance from Robert Sagel, another Dynamo draft pick. 4th round this year and signed by RGVFC. Back to Serta. Mo Jadama from the Gambia, raised in Atlanta, now 23. Taylor Hunter. Another good story in this RGV team. He was on the Dynamo, waived last preseason, had a good productive year with RGV, went to Dynamo preseason this year, no guarantees, and earned a first-team contract. His second MLS contract with a USL deal in between. Kumura. Jaime Ayala from this right side. Bouncing in midfield. And a good clearance from Eric Bird.
We haven't heard much of Joey Calistri yet in this game. We're just need to see when he starts to make his impact.
Yvonne Magalhaes clears it for RGV. Now it's Bird. Joe Holland, good first touch. Now it's Bird. Great passing here from Houston, but Bird left that one just close enough to the center back from Tulsa, but not cleared yet. Christian Lucatero on his preferred left. Lofted cross, flicked on from Escalante, and just past the far post from Eric Bird. Quality build-up from RGVFC. They wanted a corner kick, but it'll be a goal kick to Tulsa.
Great setup there by RGV. Took their time. Nice little flick. You will see it again.
Lucatero.
Yeah, Bird Bird had a nice strike at it. It almost looked like it was going to sneak inside that far post. Serta wasn't interested in making a dive, but that's the first great chance they've had here.
We'll save the highlight for halftime. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Ball forward on the left side, too far. And a goal kick for RGV. So Ross Davenport, midway through the first half, your initial thoughts?
It's been a very cagey start. I think nobody's really risking getting too many bodies forward. That last attack there by RGV was the first real time they've had a little bit of space and time on the ball, and they showed their, again, those, as you said before, those front six can be dangerous when they're given that time and space.
Tulsa playing across the back. Kumura, player coach. He started every game this year for Tulsa. And good job, a foul one by Ian Savanteson. Played at University of Alabama at Birmingham. Another player came from Rio OKC, and of course the connection there. David Vodriel, the Tulsa head coach, was an assistant with Rio OKC last year. Another set piece, we've seen a few of these for Tulsa on this right side here in the first half, and it's Juan Kaffa. Free man in the box, he was offside. And that looked like Francisco Ugarte, the German center back, getting forward.
Yeah, he's got some height. He had plenty of space there, and now we know why. He was offside.
You see that Borja Angoitia can play with his feet. A really well-measured restart under pressure. And Ross, I think that'll be a chess match throughout this evening. RGV wants to play it out of the back with their Basque goalkeeper and pretty technical back line, but Tulsa, they've applied the pressure. They've put 2 or 3 right on the edge of the box for every RGV goal kick.
Yeah, they know being with a European goalkeeper, usually well-versed with their feet. It's been a focus of a lot of the teams in Europe lately. And Angoitia, no exception there, good with his feet.
Hunter inward to Charlie Ward. Has played every minute in his 2 seasons with RGVFC, including the playoffs. And now a free kick. So Tulsa doing a good job just drawing free kicks against RGV. Not only does it slow the rhythm down of this game, as you see good sportsmanship from Segal for Christian Mata. Mata is the one homegrown in this system, if you will. He's from Tulsa, went to Union High School, then played at University of Tulsa, now in his 3rd year with Roughnecks FC.
It's good to see the local kids sticking around and playing for their hometown team.
Now a goal kick for the Toros.
That was nicely shepherded out there by Green. As a former midfielder and forward, he does have some very good defensive skills.
Borja Angoitia, 24 years of age, came up in the Arenas Youth Club with 10 years of experience. Very technical, as we've seen. A Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference goalkeeper there in 2013 in his 4-year run at Quinnipiac University. Now it's Jose Escalante on this near side. No way forward, and it cycles all the way back to Fabian Serta and the Chilean forward. Well, that was a bit scrabble at the back for Tulsa, but they do the job with a few RGV attackers lurking. And now Kaffa through midfield.
Looks like Lucatero and Escalante have switched sides here.
That will be interesting. Lucatero, the left foot now on the right side to cut in on his left foot. And run it. Mo Jadama. Bird heads it down. Lucatero now. Charlie Ward. Look at him push forward through midfield. That was Jorge Corrales, and 25-year-old from Cuba, making the tackle. Good experience with the Cuban national team, over 30 appearances, including the 2015 Gold Cup.
Yeah, this Tulsa lineup is full of international players. I think I counted seven different nationalities, 8 if you count Jadama as a Gambian. And we talked to Coach a little bit about that and the communication problems, but it seems like it's not an issue tonight. The different nationalities on that team.
It's a partnership between Tulsa Roughnecks FC and the Chicago Fire, and Coach David Vaudreuil talked about the partnership. And they sometimes can be hit or miss between MLS clubs and a non-affiliated USL side, but he's been very pleased with the first month or two of the regular season. Of course, the Houston Dynamo and RGVFC is a official affiliation where the Dynamo control all technical aspects of the club, including the whole roster and coaching staff. As we see Bird win a free kick for RGV in a dangerous spot.
Tulsa players weren't too happy with that decision. Bird seemed to use his body a little too far away from the ball to shield the Tulsa defenders away there, but he got the call.
Jaime Ayala, the guilty party, 26-year-old from Mexico, last played for Celaya FC in the second division. Over 100 appearances all told in Mexico. Holland standing over it. Hofstra University product, number 10 overall pick by the Dynamo. It's his professional debut. Maybe over-eager there is too much on that.
It's a strange one because it seemed that was into the wind with some of the kicks we've seen from the Tulsa players going deep down into the RGV half, but that one was overhit by Holland, who has a reputation as a bit of a free kick expert.
Yes, he does.
Not on that occasion.
Good amount of assists at Hofstra. He was the number 10 position there, and all Colonial Athletic Association selection the last 3 years. Here comes Tulsa up this right side. Lost there in front of Ward. A soft pass to Holland, but he does enough. Charlie Ward, in preseason with the Dynamo, is also up with the first team this week. So Ward, one of many who has been back and forth between the Dynamo and RGV, was an unused substitute last year in a U.S. Open Cup game on a short-term agreement, which is a nice touch for the USL players with their parent team to go up on a 4-day contract and make an impression.
It'll be interesting with Open Cup coming up, how these squads, especially the starting lineups change for these USL teams with their relationships with the MLS sides.
Savundason, good run from midfield. The big forward lost out in the end. Game yet to really have a rhythm. A lot of fouls, a lot of tumbles in midfield. Juan Caffa looking to add a little bit of class. Good ball over the top. Calistri, and the flag comes up.
I was about to say the same thing. Caffa coming inside there a little bit to try and take over this game.
It was not Calistri, I beg your pardon. That was Jorge Corrales, the Cuban, marauding forward from his left back position. Corrales gained a U.S. visa in 2015, played for Miami FC, then Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Now in his first year with Tulsa, as you see Junior Gonzalez talking with Jose Escalante. It's Escalante's 5th start with the Toros. Last year had 3 goals and 3 assists in 16 games. Some electric stuff from Escalante last year. Had his first MLS start at Seattle in October on the road, a midweek match for the Dynamo. He's the very first player to move from RGV up to the Dynamo on a first-team contract. Big Honduran connection. Going back all the way to Carlo Costley for the Dynamo in 2012 with Boniek Garcia, and then a few more this season with Ramel Kyoto and Alberto Lisu. Scored for the Dynamo in their first-team win against San Jose. Across towards the middle, and it's put over the bar from Ian Savundason. So the best chance of this match so far, Ross, falling to Savundason.
Yep, Caffa found himself a little bit of space on the right. There's a pitch-perfect cross there for Savundason. Let's take a look at this one again. There's the cross from Caffa. Svanderson, a little bit poor technique there, couldn't get his foot over the ball and keep it down.
You got to be behind both Sagel and Kai Green.
Must be a little concerning there for Junior Gonzalez. He was the big man was wide open there in the middle.
There comes Mo Jadama out of the back. Now it's Ugarte. Ward. Good hustle from Joey Calistri, the loanee from the Chicago Fire, a Fire homegrown player. Will be on loan all season with Tulsa Roughnecks. Now Holland, good ball in front of Bird. Left-footed hits! And it's claimed Fabian Cerda. We've seen Bird score a few goals in his 2 years with RGV from those distances.
Yeah, far too much space there. There was plenty of bodies back for Tulsa, but they just didn't seem to want to mark up. Ward had plenty of time and then found his midfield buddy Bird. Good strike.
Cerda threw it out. It was lost by Savantisen, and now it's Lucatero on the ball. Back all the way to Taylor Hunter out of University of Denver. Dummy there by Bird. No run behind him from either Holland or Escalante. Kafa. And now a hard challenge from Ivan Magalhaes. And a free kick now for Tulsa. So at least a half dozen free kick opportunities as we go back to the chance for Bird.
Yeah, plenty of space here from about 22 yards out. Good left-footed shot, but Cerda well down to save that.
Like the first touch from Bird outside of the right foot, just kept his momentum forward towards goal. Bird originally with Beach FC in his native Virginia Beach. Stayed home, went to UVA, and he won the 2014 national title. He was the captain. They also reached the College Cup a year prior. Juan Kafa to take it.
Wants Holland back 10.
And punched away at the last moment from Borja Angoieta. It was a difficult play for the goalkeeper because the Tulsa attacker sort of dummied a headed flick.
Yeah, I think RGV were expecting the floated ball in, and it was hitting with some power there by Kafa, and the keeper had to wait to see if that Tulsa player was going to get a touch on it. And thus the late reaction. It was actually a good play by Angoitia.
Kafa to take this one. Sent towards the back post, headed back down, dangerous now. Tulsa looking for the opener, and a big block from Charlie Ward.
Again, far too much space allowed for these Tulsa attackers by the RGV defenders there at the back post.
And Ross, it just feels like nothing's clean for RGV defending the corner. Everyone hasn't really led to a great chance, but it hasn't been easily cleared.
No, nothing's been easy tonight for RGV yet. Tulsa are giving them a tough time here.
Headed back across by Savantisen. And now Tulsa will set up shop in the attacking half. Jadama. Pressured by Holland. And they go all the way back to Fabian Cerda.
Ruben Luna's been very quiet here since the first 5 minutes. The coach talked about finding him with his back to goal. He's improved in that department immensely, but they've yet to find him with front or back to goal.
Corrales pushing forward. A little 1-2, the Cuban with a good delivery. And now a chance in the box. And it's pushed away. Angoitia, a second chance. Huge block from Kai Green. So much time in the area for Ian Savantisen. And you see his frustration.
Yeah, he's very upset with himself there. He had almost too much time. It comes in the ball. He almost had too much time there to think about what to do with this ball. It bobbled nastily for him. There's a great save by Angoitia. And then a great block by Kai Green coming in there to say that was almost a certain goal for Tulsa if Green hadn't got that foot in.
Timed it well, got the left foot down early, and you saw the fist pump after. He knew it was vital. Tulsa unlucky not to be ahead here in the first half. The corner kick from Kafa. And it's Escalante heading clear. Well, Tulsa took the bus down, a long bus trip on Thursday, had a Friday practice, but from the word go, they've been ready for this one.
Very impressive so far. No dead legs showing at all from the guys in gray.
Here's Ward back left to Escalante. Big sweeping cross. Lucatero tries a header at the near post and nearly tests Serta, but it's just wide.
He had time to chest that down, the young man, I think, there. If he'd have brought it down, he could have had a better chance on goal, but he went with the header and not enough power there to beat Serta.
End-to-end action. Looping service.
Yeah, definitely had time to chest that down. The defender wasn't closing him down. Had at least 5 or 6 yards of freedom.
Lucatero signed with the Dynamo first team in August of 2015. 19 years of age. And the mantra from the Dynamo and RGV has been he needs to earn his time, and from the words of Junior Gonzalez, he seems to have earned the first start here tonight. Nothing would be handed to him, as he was sort of passed up by players like Memo Rodriguez last season, who was a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, but went on to start or playing just about every game and have a great season. And then Memo made his Dynamo debut a couple weeks ago at New England, as RGV shows some shakiness at the back, but Angoitia does well. Just a little bit sloppy from RGV, not the most sharp here in the first half.
No, I agree. I think Coach Gonzalez is going to give them the hairdryer, as they say in England, at the halftime. This is a home game. They should have a good chance of winning. They've not impressed at all so far.
Late arriving from Joaquin Rivas, and it'll be a corner kick for Tulsa. That was the El Salvador native who played 4 seasons at UNLV, a year at Kitsap Pumas, and the last 2 years with Sacramento Republic.
Last 5 minutes here have been all Tulsa. See if they can turn this possession into a goal.
And it was the center back Ugarte who had a nutmeg to kind of lead that attack. Before this corner kick, a whistle from our referee and a little talking to with Jose Escalante and Jaime Ayala. Escalante made his Olympia debut in 2012, was the captain of Honduras's under-20 World Cup team in 2015, and also played for the U17s. Another corner kick coming for Tulsa here in the 40th minute of a scoreless game. Another one hard to deal with for RGV. That was Mo Jadama, but pretty well defended by Segal.
Yeah, Jadama did well to get ahead on that. Here we go with a fast break from RGV.
End-to-end action here in the first half. Lucatero, good ball. And then it was Bird expecting a run, did not get it from Luna, and it was Escalante just a little late arriving on this near side, but that's a very clever ball.
I just thought Bird should have shot that. He almost had the space and time to take a shot that. I wasn't sure who he was aiming for at the far post.
And their fans can see the technical ability of Lucatero. That's what made him part of that U20 national team and a Dynamo signing at age 18, the technical ability to play that weighted pass. It'll be interesting to see throughout this game his work rate defensively, because that's what Junior Gonzalez said. They've talked about it, an open communication. Giving away that time from Bird, showing his own frustration. Now it's Kafa. Kosuke Kimura. Now you see the intensity coming up just a bit from RGV as they're flying around defensively, and it's won by Ward. Luna laid off. Bird cannot get around. The center back Francisco Ugarte. Look at the space he has going forward. Now it's Kafa on this right side. Wants a run. Passed. And then he pulls inside, but a recovering slide tackle that time from Taylor Hunter.
It was a great last-ditch tackle from Hunter there. Kafa was looking for that great low cross or even a shot, but nice tackle.
Hunter was spun around twice that time, but credit to him for sticking with the play and making the vital sliding tackle. Look at the space now for Lucatero. Kai Green overlapping. Holland. Bird wide for Escalante. See if he wants to run it. Kimura. Instead he crosses. And that's where I think if you're Junior Gonzalez, you're disappointed. It's a 21-year-old Jose Escalante against a player coach towards the end of his career, with all due respect for Kimura. If you're not going to take him on there, when might you?
Good question. Especially with the formation that RGV played with the 4-3-3, the wingers have a little more freedom to really try and get around that corner, but that was not well done there by RGV. And again, more pressure here.
Magalhães finds a way to clear the danger. A Brazilian who moved to the U.S. as a teenager, ended up University of Maryland. As Ward tries to find the feet of Lucatero. And now a hit from distance, but that's pulled well wide. Now is Joaquin Rivas.
Ward was looking for Lucatero to come back for that ball there. Didn't come back quick enough and was beaten to it by the Tulsa defender. It's the same with Lucatero. We don't see that pace yet. He hasn't showed that pace just yet.
Ross, how much do you think the lack of continuity could be affecting RGV tonight? You have Holland making his RGV debut, Lucatero his first start, a few new players in that front group.
It's one of those things that you have to expect it with these USL sides and the moves made with their MLS affiliate. Memo did fine last week, but again, he played a lot more last year.
Bird finds Luna. Excellent work between those two. Now it's Escalante against Kumura. Jose Escalante on his left. Step overs. Escalante at the end line. And a great block in the end from Ugarte.
Great work there from Escalante. Yeah, the Holland, the central mid change is bigger than I think the wing change for them.
Taylor Hunter. Bad ball there. He wanted Kai Green, but it was cut down by Tulsa. Here they go the other way. Curling ball. And well read by the goalkeeper, Borja Angoitia.
Yeah, Magalhães was there as well, just in case Angoitia spilled that, but it was well played by the Spanish keeper.
Ward with Bird. Eric Bird, originally drafted by the Philadelphia Union. In his second year with RGV. Had a good year last year. Eric Bird, 6 goals and assists in 22 games. 1 assist this year. Lucatero. Started the half on the left wing, now on the right. Holland has an overlap from Kai Green. And there's a good ball from a rookie and first-round pick, Joe Holland. Now Lucatero with time. A no-look pass over the top. Holland will try to get there, and it just bounced too far over the end line.
Nice pass there from Lucatero. Holland on the run. Just couldn't reach it before it went over the dead ball line.
Well, this will be the final kick of the half. We're expecting no stoppage time at the end of this first half. I mean, one more foray forward for Tulsa as we'll have 1 minute at it, but the offside flag comes up. Well, as we head towards halftime, Ross Davenport, your analysis of this first interval.
Been very impressed by Tulsa. You know, this is a team, unlike RGV, which has a lot of their guys back from last year. Tulsa's really put together at the beginning of this year, and you know they're only, we'll say, 4 games in, and they look like a team that's gelling very well early here. Got that good mix of youth and veterans.
A last place finish for Tulsa last year, and a new opportunity with the new team under first-year head coach David Vaudreuil. On the other side, Junior Gonzalez, high expectations for RGV after their second place finish in the Western Conference last year. Big shoes to fill for Gonzalez after Wilmer Cabrera went up to the Dynamo first team this offseason. And there is the halftime whistle. 45 minutes gone from HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. And here in the 5th week of the USL action, these Western Conference foes scoreless after 45 minutes.
Yeah, RGV had some possession again, but then it was Tulsa that had the two best chances of the half, and it'll be interesting to see if Gonzalez makes any changes here at halftime.
Scoreless at the half. Plenty coming up here at halftime.
Ooh. All right.
Welcome back at the brand new HEB Park. Opened in March in Edinburgh, Texas, just north of the Mexican border in the Rio Grande Valley. Fans enjoying themselves, catching up at halftime as the Toros came to Edinburgh last year and now enjoying this gem in the Rio Grande Valley. Ross Davenport, we take a look at the first half stats in this one. What do you make of these numbers?
I thought the possession would be pretty even, but I think it's a case of quality possession. Tulsa had those two really good chances. The shots on target doesn't really reflect that. So one of the shots was a great block by Kai Green, but RGV are going to want to get that possession up there. They're used to having the ball more than the other team.
RGV's best chances have come in transition. When they've had the long build-ups, they've oftentimes had turnovers in midfield, and then Tulsa's been very efficient breaking the other way with real good speed.
Yeah, the speed has been a factor today. Charlie Ward hasn't been a factor when he wants that ball. He needs that ball for RGV to be successful. But again, for him, having that new center midfield partnership might be proving a bit of a problem tonight.
Well, we'll see what the managers say at halftime and if they make any changes for the second half. We'll take a break. When we come back, plenty more at halftime, including highlights and more.
It's been one of those games that's been hard to put your finger on.
Welcome back to brand new HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Rio Grande Valley FC hosting Tulsa Roughnecks FC, scoreless after 45 seconds. Well, let's take a look back at some of the best goals from Week 4 in the USL.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready? We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
Was the lucky number this week, as 44 goals found the back of the net, with 4 players scoring at least 2 goals in the 4th week of the USL season. Let's take a quick look back at each one.
Flip throw again and fires it into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a bicycle kick, and it's in!
Ball in for Valesky, the touch, and there's the finish. Falls, the shot is in!
Fleming's cutting it back. Left-footed score! Silva on his left, playing it across. Dequa's header. William, top of the box, great turn. Bezecourt with the right. 87th minute, they take it early, wide open. Abidor.
Dos Santos, Sutton off his line, shot from distance, and it's in!
Oh!
Come on, Bembo makes a move. Bembo! Bembo! The score! Quick throw in though, and he's found Williams. Whoa, there's 3, it's a hat-trick! Pushing forward from his defensive position.
It's a great
Swings
ball.
it in. GB got a head on it!
Go.
NFC Cincinnati! There, Harrison Delbridge is a big target. Up to GB. He shoots, and he scores! To Mitch. Here's a great opportunity. Corbin Bone into the box, across to GB, and a hat-trick! Now it's Kenny Walker. GB's calling for it. On to Walker, and GB has his 4th for the night! Banjo on the run, has the angle, bang! Side net. Davis, left-footed strike, he puts it in! The initial shot is saved, and then the follow-up.
Bends it in, right side to goal!
glory. The shot, the save, the putback is in the net.
For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
Many very good goals in Week 4 in the USL. Some guys enjoying a Saturday night in the Rio Grande Valley. Halftime, 0-0 between the Toros and Roughnecks FC. We'll take a break. When we come back, highlights from the first half. The fans are out. The flags are waving here as we get set for the second half. With Ross Davenport, I'm Matt Pearson. And now we look ahead to the highlights of this first one. And Ross, as we look at the first 45 minutes, from the opening kickoff, Tulsa came to play.
It did. It was Kaffa here with an outside shot that almost turned into a chance for Svendsen. But then Gachuia came out well to claim that ball. There's Lukatera with the ball in for RGV. Flicked on. There's Bird at the back post with a chance.
Too long from Holland.
There from Holland, yeah.
His first professional game, maybe a little bit amped up.
Here's Kaffa again with this nice cross. Really, Svendsen should have done a little better with that one. At least challenged Angotia. This Bird with a long range shot from outside the box with his left foot. It was easy to save by Serda. He was probably the best chance of the game. Svendsen brought it down. Good save there by Angotia though. Just didn't fall right for him there. It wasn't probably the right height, but then the rebound.
And it led to a real good clearance from Kai Green.
It did. Lukatera really could have brought that one down. He had the time. There's one over the bar there from Rivas. Escalante, good block there by Ugarte. Angotia went out again nicely. He's come out. Angotia has been.
HEB Park, Edinburgh, Texas. Brand new. The first game was against Monterey, and then RGV's first regular season game against San Antonio FC. And after 3 wins last year, San Antonio FC beat RGV. But the Toros, one of the best teams in USL last year, and we might be seeing some changes here as Junior Gonzalez talking with a couple possible substitutes.
Yeah, Victor Garza there on the left. Possible defensive substitution for RGV.
Victor Garza is the hometown kid. He's from McAllen, Texas, which borders Edinburgh. It's the anchor city in the Rio Grande Valley. Came up with the Edinburgh Econome des, and he is on loan from Tigres UANL. Also spent time at Bradenton, the residency. How about this? Made his Tigres debut in the Copa Libertadores.
Not a bad place to do it.
In 2012.
The natural left back, but can play center back as well. He actually had a red card in their third game of the season.
Garza also the first Rio Grande Valley player to really play in Europe. He went to Turkey and played for Konyaspor, and then later in Armenia. So it's going to be Kyle Murphy and Garza coming into this game. Most recently, Garza with Tampico Madero in the Mexican second division. But as you said, a unfortunate red card late against OKC Energy, suspended for last Wednesday's win against Colorado Springs, which was the first home win here at HEB Park for RGVFC.
Yeah, Gonzalez clearly not happy with that first 45 minutes. Bringing Garza on, we'll have to see who he's on for, perhaps Taylor Hunter. And we'll see who Murphy comes on, give it a little bit of extra firepower, perhaps even a change of formation with him and Luna up top, we'll see.
Garza, a prospect with the U17s and U20s, now 25, and chance to kind of restart his career. That's Calistri, the on-loan player from Chicago Fire.
Quiet first half for Calistri. We'll see if he can get back into the mix here in the second half.
He does have both of Tulsa's 2 goals this season. A 23-year-old who played at Northwestern. So Christian Lucatero goes 45 minutes in his first professional start. Kyle Murphy replaces him. So we were speculating who the subs might have been. It's Kyle Murphy for Christian Lucatero. And then Victor Garza replaces Robert Segal. We didn't talk too much about Segal. He was a 4th-round pick at the Dynamo this year out of Penn State. So he is subbed at halftime. So Junior Gonzalez not messing around. You only allowed 3 changes in USL this year, 5 subs prior. So he uses 2 of them at halftime.
Yeah, interesting moves. The way RG played, it's not surprising though. Need to get things going here in the second 45 if they want to keep this win streak alive.
Kyle Murphy looking for his first goal of the 2017 season. Had 3 goals and assists in 24 games last year for the Toros. His second season with RGV out of Clemson. Now Tulsa in gray attacking from right to left. And that's really good defending from Ivan Magalhaes.
Looks like Bird is pushed up a little higher for RGV here in the second half.
With Ross Davenport, I'm Matt Peterson. Delighted to be here. Second half, RGV hosting Tulsa. They may have slid Taylor Hunter to a center back position. He was isolated on the left. We'll see if Garza stays at left back and if Hunter's in his more natural center back position. He played there and defensive center mid in college at Denver. Just 1 change left for Junior Gonzalez.
I'll hope everybody stays healthy here in the second half.
Far side throw-in. That's going to be Victor Garza. So he is playing left back, the 25-year-old. Edinburgh Econometis, youth player. Sort of the pride of the valley here at the professional level.
Looks like Murphy slotted in on the left wing, just a straight replacement for Lucatero.
Good run here from Charlie Ward through midfield. Jose Escalante loves that left foot. Good switching ball. Murphy chests it down. Kyle Murphy towards the end line. And he does not win a corner kick. He can't believe it. Our referee today, Rosendo Mendoza. Diego Blas, Jorge Perez, the assistant, and Jesus Moya is our 4th official. Good look at Kyle Murphy. He's from Red Hook, New York. Reached the national title game with Clemson in 2015. That year he had 8 goals, 4 assists. A real hard-working forward. Always gives you an honest effort. And played his youth days at New York Soccer Club. We'll see what tactical changes Junior Gonzalez might make here in the second half after sending a message with 2 halftime substitutes.
It'll be interesting to see if Garza gets a little more forward than Hunter did in that first 45.
Rio Grande Valley back-to-back victories. Most recently a 3-1 win against Colorado Spring Switchbacks last Wednesday night. In that game, as you mentioned, Ross, 2 goals from Emma Rodriguez down from the first team. And Camilo Monroy scored another goal. Here's a good hit, not far off the mark from Joaquin Rivas.
Yeah, that was a mistake from RGV, and you wonder if the first goal in this game is going to come from a mistake. Memo Rodriguez took advantage of 2 last week for his goals. We'll see how this develops here. And Goisha wants to play this out from the back, but he's not getting much help from his defenders here, so he's going to go deep.
The Bilbao, Spain native, 24 years of age, has a birthday tomorrow. He'd love to go into his birthday with 3 points in the bank. Long throw in from Garza, picks out Eric Bird. Holland nowhere to go. Ward with Bird. Hard tackle that time. And a free kick drawn by Bird. That was Francisco Ugarte, the German 30-year-old coming out of his center back position.
Let's take a look at this one again. Well, that was the chance there for Tulsa.
Free kick. Charlie Ward standing over it. An Aston Villa youth player, as you mentioned, Ross, and then 3 years with Stoke City's under-21s before coming to RGV to start last year. And coming out, flying to punch away is Fabian Cerda. Like many South American goalkeepers, not afraid to come out and show off the athleticism.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's got some speed there. He showed it to get to that ball, which may have landed if he hadn't got the two fists to it.
He's making his Tulsa debut tonight. And you mentioned the internationals. It's one of the restrictions with USL. There's fewer international slots than MLS allows. As Holland delivers, good ball towards the back post, not far beyond Jose Escalante. Couldn't get there with the slide. But perhaps Cerda's debut related to international slots, and you have to kind of mix and match your internationals on any given match day.
Here's the corner again. Just need a little bit of anticipation there from RGV for where that ball was going to go. Yeah, Cerda is in the mix for the #1 spot, I think. Coach Vaudreuil talked earlier in the week about him and Byers competing for that #1 spot, and we'll see how that develops with these two getting starts here and there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ross. Very good delivery from Joe Holland. That's a bent ball bouncing inside the 6, and Escalante was a little late, but there was no other RGV player there. That's a quality service anytime.
Yeah, I think Escalante had to wait to see if it was going to hit any of his teammates before it got to him, and that made the difference in whether he got to it or not. A little better here from RGV in this opening 5 minutes here.
Nice for Dynamo supporters to see the set-piece delivery from Joe Holland, who is the #10 pick by the Dynamo in this year's draft, but yet to play for RGV or Houston. Dynamo staying unbeaten this year at home. They beat San Jose 2-0. A penalty goal from Eric Cubo Torres, his league-leading 7th of the year. And then Alberto Lisa, Hondur, and getting another. He's heating up here in springtime. There's a good hit into the upper corner. And Tulsa grabs the lead. It's Jaime Ayala, the Mexican. And what a hit for the 26-year-olds, and a deserved lead for Tulsa.
Absolutely fantastic strike from Ayala. Just given a little too much space. Nice foraging run forward and just let it rip. And Goicha didn't have much of a chance on that one.
We've seen warning shots throughout the night from distance. Joaquin Rivas has had a few. That one, Jaime Ayala. His first goal of the season, his first with Tulsa.
And his veteran there. Let's look at the goal again here. A little too much space allowed by Murphy. Great strike, top corner, unstoppable.
And Magalhaes looked a little slow to step out. Although, to be fair, Ayala was not messing around, very direct. And you see the reaction from his teammates. 1-0 Tulsa Roughnecks FC. They have their second lead in 2 games this year against RGV FC.
We'll see how RGV respond here from that goal. Might wake them up a little bit. It almost looks like they're the ones that had the 14-hour bus ride 2 days ago.
First goal of the season for Jaime Ayala.
Ayala on loan from Cruz Azul, one of the better Mexican sides. Showed there what he can do.
Now Tulsa looking for a second. Kafa all alone in midfield and is just enough from the substitute, Garza. And now a hard tackle, a huge divot on the HE Park turf, and that's Escalante down.
This is likely to result in a card, I think. Tackle from behind like that.
Jorge Corrales, the Cuban, and now tempers flaring. Luna, the captain, getting in the mix, face to face with Kafa. You have the goal bringing out emotions from both teams. And now the tackle.
Yeah, left his feet, took out the ankles, and we see the turf took a beating as a result. See if he gets a card as a result.
I think it's definitely a booking. Just a question of the color.
There it is, Escalante still down, the pitch getting repaired. We obviously know this is a new field. Had some issues with it in the first game here. It's just going to take a bit of time for this grass to grow in and root into this new pitch.
Well, he could be a little bit lucky there. Christian Mata, he left his feet. He brought the second leg in. But in the eyes of Rosendo Mendoza, just a yellow card caution. Make that Jorge Corrales, I beg your pardon. And there's a look at the Tulsa Roughnecks FC head coach, David Vodrill. An assistant with Rio OKC last year, and now the head man with Tulsa.
Has to be happy with the proceedings so far. Won't be too happy with that tackle. But Tulsa have a deserving lead at the moment.
And one thing he told us is that he feels like they're just getting to game fitness. They play a very similar style as RGV, but they had a very short preseason. Really started in middle to end of February. Not nearly as long as many of the USL clubs. So they're just getting into it in terms of full match fitness, as it's cleared by Judama.
When you're with a new team and a new manager, may have his own fitness regimes. Takes a while sometimes for these players to get used to what a manager wants to bring into a team.
It was Joey Calistri, the on-loan player from the Chicago Fire, scoring on April 1st when Tulsa beat RGV 1-0. The goal scorer tonight, Jaime Alaya, the 26-year-old Mexican, in the 53rd minute. A really well-taken goal, about 23 yards out, dead center. Not much Borja Angoitia could have done. And I think a deserved lead for Tulsa after the chances they had, especially Ian Savantason in that first half.
Yeah, this 4-2-3-1 formation is giving RGV trouble. Packing that midfield. Not giving them any time on the ball to get settled in. Charlie Ward hasn't been much of a factor, and Joe Holland either.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. With Ross Davenport, I'm Matt Peterson. 58th minute from HEB Park. Tulsa, the 1-0 win in Tulsa on April 1st. And looking for their second win in a 3-week span against the second best team last year in the Western Conference, the number 2 finisher. RGV very nearly finished atop the West. Had a wonderful inaugural debut, but they're finding their second season more difficult than the first, as is often the case with a target on their back and teams knowing their style of play and system more in year 2. Delivery from the left. And good help from Ivan Magalhaes, helping out the substitute Victor Garza against Svantesson.
Svantesson's a handful. He's got height and power. And RGV are having trouble dealing with it.
Holland in his pro debut. Forward. Murphy up the line. Too far from Bird. And back all the way to Fabian Serta.
Yeah, Bird definitely pushing forward here. It's almost as if RGV have gone to a 4-4-2 with Bird and Luna up top. They definitely need the goals. It's probably a good idea to get a little more, one more attacker up there in the mix.
Murphy came on for Lucatero. Victor Garza replaced Robbie Sagal. 2 halftime changes from Junior Gonzalez of RGV. David Vodra likes what he sees. He has yet to make a change for Roughnecks FC. As we're on the hour mark. Hunter, good ball wide. Kai Green. The outside backs haven't gotten too involved in this one. We'll see if that changes with Garza, the more experienced outside back, entering at halftime. Holland looks down at his foot, sort of limping after he lost possession there. Joey Calistri, 23-year-old out of Northwestern. And the offside flag had come up. That was well challenged that time from Borja Angoyetia. Looks like Holland might have been down behind the play. See how the Dynamo draft pick is doing. Extended minutes for him. He's certainly one of the most fit coming to Dynamo training camp this preseason by all reports, but tough to compare the match fitness, and now playing into the 61st minute in his first start in his pro debut.
Looks like he might be dealing with a slight calf problem here with Junior Gonzalez, also giving some more instructions to Escalante. See if he can get this attacking game going.
And take a look at that. A groundskeeper's nightmare. Jorge Corrales, the yellow card caution for that tackle against Escalante about 10 minutes ago.
The grass still feeling it. It's like, looks like Holland might be coming off here. We talked about keeping the injury free. This might be the last substitution for RGV.
And you can see David Vodriel giving instructions to his team as they try to protect this 1-0 lead on the road.
It's going to restart here with a drop ball. Play was blown up for Holland being down. See who comes on here for him.
It's going to be Todd Wharton coming on to replace Joe Holland. Wharton will make his 5th appearance this year, all as a substitute, 120 total minutes. 30 his last time out in the win over Colorado Springs. Another former Virginia player. It's come down to the Dynamo organization, as Luna puts in good effort to win a Houston throw-in.
Yeah, Kai Green getting forward there almost forced that throw in. Jadama couldn't go anywhere else but into touch.
Kai Green getting his 5th straight start. Made 25 appearances last year, had a couple assists. Not a big name out of Seton Hall University, but he's turned himself into a good pro in 2 seasons. Wharton, his first touch off the bench. Wharton's out of Glen Allen, Virginia, played at UVA, part of a national championship team along with Bird. It's his 2nd year. Luna looking for space in front, and that was Garza trying his hit from the left back position, but better impetus here from RGV the last few minutes.
Definitely. Looks like Escalante's come in a little bit. I think that's what Gonzalez was telling him, to get off the wing a little more and let Kai Green exploit that space a little more.
Good awareness from Magalhaes. He may have heard from his goalkeeper, but I think that was Savundison lurking on the backside. And there's the late whistle and the jeering from the crowd at HEB Park as Escalante thought he was in.
Of course, as I said, it looked like he was coming a little more inside. A pure run down the wing there. Ball just rolling out of bounds.
Escalante in his 5th start with RGV on loan from the Dynamo. 3 goals, 3 assists, 16 games last year. As you see, David Vaudreuil. And now we're going to see a booking here from our referee, Rosando Mendoza, against Ugarte. Francisco Ugarte, the 30-year-old, dual national, born in Germany with Chilean ancestry.
Not sure what that yellow card was for.
He joins Jorge Corrales in the book of our referee, Rosendo Mendoza. Well, now there's confusion across the field. You see Kafa indicating his displeasure, but this will be a RGV free kick, and I think that's why Juan Kafa is so upset.
I'm not happy with the linesman. I'm not sure if he made the decision for that yellow card.
That's Diego Blas on the near side, the assistant referee. But either way, a big set piece coming. Earlier tonight, it was Rochester equalizing against Red Bulls 2, a 2-2 draw on the final kick of the game on a innocuous free kick. So it looks like it's Colin Fernandez. So Fernandez is back from time with the under-20s with the U.S., another Chicago Fire loan player. And Fernandez is going to replace Jaime Ayala. So the goal scorer goes 66 minutes, and Colin Fernandez will replace him.
With Holland off, he would usually take this free kick, I would think, but let's see who takes this, whether it's Escalante
or Todd Wharton, the substitute, just into this game. Three-man wall for Tulsa.
Oh, looks like the sub's going to happen now.
Well, you hate to be too critical of a referee, but Rosendo Mendoza has lost control here in the 67th minute from the time it's taken for the free kick to be awarded to the yellow card and now the substitute.
Yeah, Gaza was trying to get Ayala off there. There's no need for that kind of thing. That time will be added on by the referee if need be. Here comes Fernandez.
Well, Fernandez, one of the most highly touted players in the Chicago Fire Academy setup. He signed as a homegrown player back in August of 2014, yet to fully break through with the Fire first team, but the Downers Grove, Illinois native enters this game. Wharton runs over it. Escalante with his left, and it grazes the goal frame and is out for a goal kick. Escalante that close from equalizing.
Great strike by Escalante there. Wharton came with the dummy kick. Fine strike there, though. Sutter may have had it covered.
Excellently taken by Escalante and just grazed off the crossbar. Fernandez turned 20 in February. He and Calistri, season-long loans to Tulsa. 3 career first-team appearances. But he's been with the U.S. youth national teams going back to the U14s.
Just came back from London, I think, with a stint with the U20s games against Fulham and Brentford, 2 quality championship sides.
Kept alive in the area by Savantason. Now it's Escalante. 70th minute. The difference, Jaime Ayala's 53-minute goal. A well-taken strike towards the upper corner from about 23 yards out from right in the middle of the park. And a throw-in now to RGVFC. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast, hosted by Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. We'll get back to that in a moment as it's hit by Murphy just past the near post. So Murphy, a halftime substitute, his first good look at goal. And we will tell you more about Sirius XM FC. They also will air the USL Game of the Week. Check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Well, Ross Davenport, a nice introduction from Murphy. It's taken until the 70th minute.
Yep, 20 minutes to go for RGB to rescue this game. They haven't really shown anything to suggest that they have a chance of doing so, but there's still plenty of time here to rescue this game.
There's Colin Fernandez, the Fire homegrown player. Crunching tackle from Charlie Ward against Juan Caffa. Caffa experience in the Europa League with Asteris of Greece. A couple appearances in 2014 for Asteris Tripoli. LDU Loja and Universidad Católica last year. Most recent playing time in Argentina and Ecuador.
Serta spent some time with Católica as well. I wonder if Caffa was the connection there that brought him in. It's a dangerous free kick here for the Argentinian. Swing this one in.
And David Vodrell told us he can put it in a variety of different angles and locations. This one towards the back post, a little too long for his liking. But kept in on the far side from Francisco Ugarte.
Yeah, Ugarte likes to come forward from that centre-back spot. Not something you see very often. He was obviously up there for the header, but he's also been up there on some non-set plays as well. He likes to get forward.
Well, the tempo in this game going against RGVFC, we had the near 5-minute stoppage for the substitution and yellow card, but every single restart for Tulsa is taking some time and not the pace that RGVFC wants. Nagaleas heads away. Hard tackle from the substitute, Colin Fernandez, just back from camp with the under-20s.
Let's come back for the free kick.
Fernandez joined the Fire Academy, age 13. Now here's Escalante. Good cross towards the middle. A touch, now a chance A scrum in the box. Murphy could not put it towards goal. And a goal kick for Tulsa. That was an excellent low cross from Jose Escalante.
Serta's talked to the referee complaining about something that was almost like Tulsa's chance in the first half there. Ball to the back post, little scramble, just managed to get it away. We can see here in Serta's box the pitch seems to be tearing up a little bit more as the second half goes on here. Concerning for a goalkeeper.
Well, Ross, as you would know, a new stadium, a new pitch. So the growing pains at HEB Park have, the stadium was just completed in March with the friendly against Rayados 3 days before the opener against San Antonio FC.
Yeah, it'll take a while for this pitch to develop. And obviously they wanted the stadium to open last season. Didn't get it done. But it's a great facility.
As you see the divots near the goalkeeper, could very easily roll past him. As Serta was living dangerous, playing with his feet, and you could see the noticeable lumps of grass.
Yeah, he's going to have to make sure he taps those down with his foot, because the last thing you want is a ball bouncing over your foot as you come out to clear it as a goalkeeper.
Can RGV find the tying goal? Right now, the difference in this game, Jaime Ayala's 53rd minute goal. Tulsa looking to improve to 2-0 against RGV this season. That would be an unlikely thing to say about a month ago, but Tulsa winning 1-0 at home on a goal from Joey Calistri on April 1st, and in front on the road 3 weeks later. Charlie Ward for RGV. Dangerous ball, and then Murphy watches it go through.
That's not the first poor free kick we've seen to the back post today by both teams. It's interesting. I see Ayala is still not tapped down those marks in his 6-yard box.
Just seems like RGV might be lacking that hunger on these set pieces. That was perhaps a reachable ball for Murphy. He may have given all of his effort, but we've seen a few instances of balls bouncing in the attacking penalty area where an RGV player hasn't come close. And now another yellow card. Ian Savantuson, the 23-year-old out of Orlando, and UAB goes in the book. Now 3 in the book. Now the referee, Rosendo Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza's trying to regain control here of the game. That he lost control just a little bit. Sometimes you have to issue those cards to do that.
And there's Kafa, the 32-year-old, offering his rebuttal for Mendoza. Here it's Hunter on this right side. Too heavy on his forward ball for Kyle Murphy.
Now Ayala's going back to tap down his 6-yard box. Sorry about that, man.
RGV just hasn't found that rhythm really at all tonight moving forward. Even a 5 or 10 minute spell of consistent cycle. They really gained plaudits around the league last year for the way they moved the ball and had the tempo home and road. But tonight, a night of frustration for the Toros.
Yeah, they didn't score a goal in their first 2 games against San Antonio and Tulsa, and then the first game against Tulsa. Possession just hasn't turned into scoring chances for the guys in orange yet this season.
Well, that's excellent from Escalante. He really worked hard to win it, kept it on the near side, and then just an overzealous challenge from Kyle Murphy.
So I mentioned earlier that both of Memo's goals in the last game against Colorado Springs were on capitalizing on mistakes.
Junior Gonzalez told us this week of how they've improved since that loss to Tulsa a few weeks ago. He says, our ideas are becoming more clear. We've created a few more chances from that match. But he said they brought it to us defensively, and you could argue tonight Tulsa's done the same. As the offside flag comes up. And here comes another change for David Vaudreuil. It's Brady Ballou coming on, and he'll replace Christian Mata, the local Tulsa product out of Union High School and the University of Tulsa. Brady Ballou's out of Everett, Washington. He played at Seattle University. In his claim to fame, Ross Davenport, he scored the first goal in Tulsa Roughnecks history back in 2015 in their first ever match.
There you go. He also, his long-range shot that hit the post last week, 2 weeks ago, excuse me, against Sacramento led to the goal by Calistri as he put in the rebound. So let's see if Ballou has another couple of long-range efforts here.
Well, look at that confidence from Charlie Ward with 2 Tulsa players lurking and facing his own goal. He brought it down. Some skill from Charlie Ward. Here's Escalante. He's had much more drive the last 5 or 10 minutes. He's wanted to take the game over, but just a little bit long in the end for Bird.
Right idea there from Escalante, just didn't get the weight right on the pass. Looks like Serta took a clip on the ear on the way through, but he's okay.
Well, now Fabian Serta will take some time in the 79th minute. Very good header from Ian Savundason right to a teammate. And that's Joey Calistri on the far side. Joey Calistri has 1 MLS goal to his name, scored last June at Colorado. 14 appearances all told with the Fire last year. So Calistri and Fernandez, 2 of the bright prospects in the Fire system on the field tonight for Tulsa. Ivan Magalhaes out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, came up with Sao Paulo FC.
Be interesting to see here where Ballou slots in for Tulsa. I don't think doesn't look like he's going to play as far forward as Mata.
Ward, much better from RGV, and then nearly lost by Bird.
Looks like Kafa's pushed up a little bit further with Ballou dropping back into a defensive midfield position to try and help solidify this victory.
And Joaquin Rivas pushing higher as well. Kosuke Kimura, player coach for Tulsa. Played in Poland and for the Atlanta Silverbacks before Rio OKC last year. 80th minute now from HEB Park. Ross Davenport and Matt Peterson as Hunter steps in front of Calistri. You have to credit Tulsa for their effort tonight. They had a game plan. They brought the intensity from the opening minutes, and then a early goal in the second half that's played right into their tactics here tonight. Savundason cannot get to it. And a goal kick here for Angoitia.
You have to give credit to Coach David Vaudreuil tonight. And this team got off to a good start with that 4-1 victory that was taken away by a forfeit, but he's kept these guys in line.
Lost by Charlie Ward, a back heel here. Laid back by Rivas. Here comes Kafa. Hunter does well. Kai Green up the line. Bird holds his feet. Look at the space for Charlie Ward. Akers in front. Escalante to his left. Murphy a diagonal run. And Murphy cannot get there. Well, Ross, we've seen that 3 or 4 times in the last 10 minutes. A good movement forward, but then the through ball is just a bit too heavy from the Toros.
Yeah, that last pass just isn't there. Ward found plenty of space there. Brady Ballou was a little out of position, which gave Ward all that space. Ball just a little too much weight on it.
Fabian Serta with the goal kick. Now an opportunity here for Rivas on his left foot. Great save, Angoitia. Boy, end to end off the goal kick, and seconds later, Rivas is clean through as RGV pushes numbers forward.
Yeah, Angoitia was almost caught off his line there. I don't think he was expecting the shot from that distance, but he was almost caught out.
Rivas, the El Salvadoran, coming close. Now it's Kafa on his left, and he pulls that wide.
Here's a look at that chance again. Great control there by Rivas. And he hit it on the volley, seeing Angoitia off his line, but he just got back in time.
Well, I think for RGV, it's good to see them push numbers forward, but that was very close from allowing the second goal in behind off a goal kick.
Yeah, Serta's got a big boot on him. They need to be careful, even into the wind at this point in the second half. That was a great kick by him and great chance from Rivas.
Good point, Ross. The wind at the back of the RGVFC Toros here in the second half. And you see the savvy of Kosuke Kimura, the veteran, with the position against Escalante. Here's Luna. But good defending. That was help from Brady Ballou, trying to deny the center forward, Luna. And now we're going to see another change. Matej Dekovic out of Zagreb, Croatia, a 4th round pick by the Chicago Fire this year out of UNC Charlotte. And he'll come on for his 3rd appearance with Tulsa Roughnecks FC tonight. And he'll replace the Argentine Juan Cafa.
Cafa appears to be holding his hip or upper thigh there. Like he's having a slight problem. Good shift put in there by the veteran.
You can hear some of the instruction from one of the sidelines. .38 total minutes this season for Dekovic before tonight. Magalhães restarts for RGVFC. Headed back across by Eric Bird. Nobody there for the Toros.
Looks like Dekovic might be sliding in a sort of stopper position. That 5th man at the back. We'll see if that works. Sometimes offense is the best form of defense, but we'll see if the 5-man back works for Tulsa here. I know Vaudreuil won't want them to sit back too much. Looks like Svensson's going to be up front on his own here for the rest of the game.
Forward ball from Garza. Tulsa eventually clears. Dekovic, his first touch is a short one wide here. Hard tackle. Well done that time from Todd Wharton. Wharton, the second half substitute, pushing forward. Former Virginia Cavalier. He was pushed over by Colin Fernandez. Advantage played. Ward. Wide left here is Garza, the substitute. Escalante back to Garza. Charlie Ward pressured from behind. Ivan Magalhães. Hunter, much better from RGVFC. Sustained passing. Can they break through the Tulsa back line?
It's maybe the longest bit of possession we've seen all game for RGV.
Magalhães clips it in. Headed on. And a good clearing header that time from Mo Jodama. And just a rush touch from Magalhães. He could have settled it, but perhaps feeling out of position, stabbed at it. Gave it right back to Tulsa.
And bring that extra defender in for Tulsa has clearly given RGV a little more space. Let's see if they take advantage of that. In the midfield, that is.
Magalhães. Good forward ball. Chested down. Luna, the captain. On his left. Ruben Luna. And it's saved by Fabian Serta.
David Vaudreuil will not be happy right now. You can see Ugarte isn't happy with his midfielders, giving too much space to the boys in orange here. One goal to tie this game up.
Taylor Hunter. Well, it looks like Tulsa's just sitting back now with all 10 field players in the defensive half. This could be sustained pressure for the next 10 minutes or so for RGVFC if they can take advantage. Jose Escalante on his left, delivering. And it's too close to the goalkeeper, Fabian Serta.
Yeah, it's almost a prevent defense, as you'd see in football. They're going to allow you to have that possession, allow you to have that ball underneath in football, in American football, I should say. We'll see if it works out here as a tactic for Tulsa.
Punted away from Serta. You referenced it, Ross Davenport. That's a good punt into the wind. from the Chilean goalkeeper.
Unless the wind has changed. It's possible. But he does have a big boot regardless.
Here's Ward dictating the tempo now. Murphy dropping off to help out. Wharton cycles it left. Ivan Magalhaes pushing forward. Escalante on the left, the Honduran against Kumura. Jose Escalante a step over at the end line. Can he win a corner kick? He does. Nice work from Escalante. And he'll take this one quickly as we enter the 89th minute.
I think Kumura was saying the ball was out before the cross came in. He wanted a goal kick.
Very close, but the call goes to the Toros. Escalante waiting for the center backs to get forward. Here's the delivery. Not a very good one. Easy clearance for Tulsa. Now it's Victor Garza, the McAllen, Texas native. All known from Tigres in Liga MX. Kai Green.
90 seconds left here. They got to get the ball in the box.
Garza. Hunter. It was left that time for Murphy and cleared by Tulsa. But they're defending very deep, almost as if they're down a man. Approaching the 90th minute, Escalante, 1 versus 2. Short ball, Todd Wharton. Nice passing, edge of the area between two Virginia players. Deflected shot, it's a corner kick. That was Wharton combining with his old college teammate, Eric Bird.
There we go with the pitch tearing up again, just on the edge of the box.
Well, the delivery must be better now from Escalante if RGV wants a goal. It was cleared at the front edge of the 6-yard box, so the Honduran needs to get it a little deeper. He does this time, but not deep enough as it's headed away by Brady Ballou. We're expecting 5 minutes will be added on here in the second half. Eric Bird, Green overlapping. Can he get there? Hard challenge, it's a goal kick. That's Colin Fernandez. Shoulder to shoulder against Kai Green. Now we see behind the plate. A man down as 5 minutes is shown by Jesus Maya, our fourth official.
It's be a little concerning here for Tulsa. They've used their 3 substitutions, so no injury replacements left.
As we see the challenge from Colin Fernandez against Green.
Just stood his ground there. Green bounced off him. It's good defending.
Well, I think we'll have more than 5 minutes added on. You could hear the fourth official, I believe, talking with Junior Gonzalez of RGV, saying we'll add it on. So as Savantason is assessed to maybe dealing with some cramping or right leg issue, maybe we'll see 6 total minutes added on.
It's Fantason's job at this point with a 1-goal lead and playing solo up top just to chase that ball. Chase that long ball as much as he can. Keep it in that half.
A long wind-up from Fabian Cerda. Here's his goal kick. Garza, right back where it came from. And now there's Ruben Luna shown a yellow card as a deputizing captain, Francisco Ugarte, who took the armband from Juan Cafa after the Argentine left as a substitute.
There's a little bit of frustration there from Looney. He hasn't had the best of nights. Service hasn't been great. Frustration just boiled over with that yellow card.
Into the 3rd minute of time added on in the second half. Tulsa leading 1-0. Jaime Ayala, his first goal this season, the difference for Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Wharton. Back to Magalhaes. Victor Garza. There's Ward.
This Tulsa midfield has been all over these balls tonight. No space to work for RGV.
Bird back to Wharton. Magalhaes wide right. Taylor Hunter. Forward ball finds the feet of Murphy. Murphy back, Kai Green. Delivery. And it's flicked on by Kosuke Kumura. Throw in coming for RGVFC. Escalante waiting for help. He'll leave it for Victor Garza. Now Magalhaes, the Brazilian, on his left. Didn't touch the goalkeeper.
Worth a shot, but a central defender shooting from out there. Chances of it hitting the net are always slim.
Magalhaes moved to Florida, age 19, Eastern Florida State College, a junior college All-American. Then in one season at Maryland, won the Big Ten Conference Tournament. Was a second-round pick of the Houston Dynamo last year. No-nonsense clearance from Mo Jadama.
Tulsa might take this one in the corner. Nope.
They do have runners in the box. What decision will be made? Appeals for a foul. We'll see what's decided. Play on, say the referees. And you see how deep Ward is dropping off to run the show, and no Tulsa players even within 20 yards. And that he continually tries to find Escalante, as that's where all the attacks have come from in the second half. Victor Garza. RGV running out of ideas. Hunter taking the space to Kai Green. Hunter overlapping. Green. Left-footed cross. A lot of contact at the edge of the area, but it falls right to Tulsa.
That's well defended by Brady Ballou there. Brave header.
Here's Joaquin Rivas, the Salvadoran. It was Rivas who took it to the corner on the previous play. He's a veteran of USL standards. 2 years of Sacramento the last couple years. Colin Fernandez pushing forward. Garza does well to deny him. Maybe one final attack for RGV. We're into the 6th minute added on. Hard shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Kai Green does very well to stay on his feet. Takes some more contact. And now a late free kick for RGVFC if they can take advantage.
This is where having a right back that's played attacker in his career can come in handy. Goes Kai Green into the box now.
It's Victor Garza, the hometown kid, to take it from McAllen, Texas. Edinburgh, Economedis, his youth club. To Mexico, then Turkey and Armenia. Back to Mexico, and now back to the RGV. 25-year-old. The goalkeeper is up for RGV. To the back post, pushed away. And there's the full-time whistle. Tulsa and has done it once again. In the first month of the season, they have a pair of 1-0 wins against Rio Grande Valley FC.
Impressive stuff tonight again from Tulsa. They did what they needed to do. The game plan was in place from David Vaudreuil, and his players did just enough. It took a great strike to win it, but they deserve it from Tulsa tonight.
They came down a day early, practiced in the Valley yesterday, and have the winner from Jaime Ayala. Highlights and more coming up. Tulsa wins 1-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out and joining us. We will see you soon and appreciate your support of the RGV FC Toros.
Welcome back to HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Ross Davenport and Matt Peterson, and Tulsa a 1-0 road win. They're 2-0 against RGV this season. Well, Ross, as we go into the highlights of this one, a back-and-forth affair between these Western Conference foes. And early on, it was Tulsa on the front foot.
Yep, Tulsa had the best chances of the first half. This was one of them. Wes Fanteson almost got in, but Angoche was out there to cover. This was one of the few RGV chances of the game. Bird at the back post, good strike, but just wide. And here we have Kaffa with the ball in. Svensson should have done a little better with that one. Good veteran stuff from Kaffa there. Svensson just couldn't keep it down. He would have a couple of chances to Tulsa, the big man, to put it away. Here's RGV again with Bird with the left-footed effort from outside the box. Easy save for Serda.
Good setup from Holland. He switched the point of attack in his pro debut.
He was what turned into the best chance of the game. Svensson just couldn't get that ball to bounce nicely for him. Good save by Angoche, and then the scramble in the box after was a superb tackle by Kai Green to stop that ball from going in the net.
What a delivery from Jorge Corrales.
Yeah, that ball that just dropped a little lower for Svensson there. You would have slided that one away.
And there's Escalante looking for Lucatero in his first RGV start.
Yep, second half again. Tulsa, again, they had the game plan right. They packed that midfield. Didn't give here's the winner. Excuse me, that was one wide from Rivas. A little practice before the winner.
A warning shot, though. He had a few of those in the second half.
He did. Excuse me, and here's Ayala. What a strike by Ayala. Too much space given there by the RGV midfield. Got behind Ward and Murphy. Let fly from 20 yards. Unbelievable strike.
Jadama played that ball from midfield right between two RGV defenders.
That was the nasty tackle there, which resulted in the divot. And the yellow card for Corrales. RGV try to get it going late here. Off the bar from Escalante. This was the last scramble, and a real good chance for RGV, but the ball just wouldn't fall for them tonight.
And credit for Jadama for that touch. If not, it might have been a tap-in for Luna.
It was a second chance, poorly judged by Hunter in the left-footed attempt that almost caught Angoche out off his line.
Well hit from Joaquin Rivas. As the fans exit HEB Park, Ross, we saw the stats at halftime, and not a lot of changes, although a big growth in shots for RGVFC.
Yeah, a lot of those came at the end when they were really trying to push and get that game-tying goal. Possession relatively even, but really the quality of possession was there for Tulsa. RGV couldn't get any space in the midfield. Tulsa's game plan worked perfectly, and we almost knew it was going to take either a mistake or a moment from somebody to win this game, and we got it from Ayala.
Wayward shooting 24 shots and only 5 on targets. Well, Ross Davenport, any final thoughts on the proceedings tonight from Edinburgh, Texas?
I think Junior Gonzalez will have some words for his Toros after this one. You know, as he said, one of the favorites coming in for the Western Conference, and not off to the best of starts here with 2 losses to Tulsa.
Well, thank you to Ross Davenport. My name is Matt Peterson. Final score from HEB Park, Tulsa Roughnecks 1, Rio Grande Valley FC 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.